Hello children, today we are going to discuss the third part of our first unit in the English textbook on Wings of Courage. So children, as you can see on the screen, this is a picture of Air Marshal Arjun Singh. As you can see on his uniform, he has so many medals. Also you can see that on his shoulders he has got the ranks which tell us about the rank or the position he holds in the Indian Air Force. So children, this in this lesson we are going to know more about Air Marshal Arjun Singh, who was a very decorated officer. Decorated in the sense he was so capable, he was so intelligent, and he was so much committed to his work. He had so much of courage in him, and he had made so much of changes and improvement in the Air Force that he was able to take the Indian Air Force onto a very different levels. Children, because of his contribution or because of his hard work, dedication, and continuous tireless work towards the Indian Air Force or towards our country, our nation, our motherland, India, the Indian Air Force now ranks fourth in the world, which is indeed a great achievement, and 80-85% of the credit of this goes to Air Marshal Arjun Singh. Children, he joined Air Force, and then his contribution to Air Force can be seen in the pre-independence as well as the post-independence period. As we go through the lesson, we will come to know more about his achievements and his journey in the Indian Air Force in a very short. As we move ahead with the lesson, we will come to know about his journey in the Indian Air Force. So to begin with, in Air Force Marshal Arjun Singh, an icon of India's military history, will always be remembered as a war hero who had successfully led a young IAF during 1965 Indo-Pak War. So children, this relates to the era, or you can say to the time when of 1965, when there was a war between India and Pakistan. So in that war he was very successful. In leading his team, so we can call him, or he is always remembered as a war hero of the 1965 Indo-Pak War. And because of his great contribution to the Indian Air Force, Air Force Marshal Arjun Singh is considered as an icon, that is, the symbol of India's military history. The only officer to attain the highest post of Marshal, the Air Force equivalent to the Army's 5-star Field Marshal, Singh was a fearless and exceptional pilot who had flown more than 60 different types of aircrafts. So he was the only officer to attain the highest post of Marshal. So children, he was the only officer to attain the highest post of Marshal, the Indian Air Force, in the Indian Air Force. So the highest post in the Indian Air Force is that of a Marshal, and Arjun Singh, because of his capability, had been able to attain that highest post. This Air Force Marshal, the Air Force equivalent to Army's 5-star Field Marshal, Singh was a fearless and exceptional pilot who had flown more than 60 different types of aircrafts. So, knowing more about Arjun Singh, it is revealed that first of all, Air Force Marshal is the rank equivalent to the Field Marshal in the Army, which is a 5-star rank, which is the highest rank in the Army. In the Army it is Field Marshal, and in the Air Force it is Air Force Marshal. So he was the only officer in the Indian Air Force to attain this highest post of Air Force Marshal, which is equivalent to the Field Marshal in the Army. And why he could achieve this? Because he was a fearless and exceptional pilot. He was very fearless, he was very exceptional, and he had flown more than this is one more you can say a feather in his crown, that he had flown more than 60 different types of aircrafts. Children, whenever we talk about the defense forces or the defense system or the armed forces, more popularly called as, which comprises of the Air Force, the Indian Navy and the Indian Army. So when we talk about it, what first comes to our mind is the uniform, the very good personality of these officers, who are really very disciplined, who are very smart, very talented, and very fearless. They are very courageous, who are ready to give their lives for the nation, for the sake of the nation. So this is what very good inspiration, or this is one good, very good motivation, motivational personality of Arjan Singh, who throughout his life, rather who dedicated his life for the Indian Air Force, for the betterment of the force and for his motherland India. Moving ahead, he played a major role in transforming the IA into one of the most potent air forces globally and the fourth biggest in the world. His contribution to the Indian Air Force is monumental, to the least. The IAF grew with him. He was the epitome of military leadership in classical sense, and it is therefore not surprising that is that he was honored with the rank of Air Force Marshal. Former Vice Chief of IAF Kapil Kak said. So his contribution, first of all, he played a major role in transforming the Indian Air Force. It is written as IA, but it should be IAF, Indian Air Force, into one of the most potent means powerful and effective forces globally. And because of his tireless efforts and dedication, it was possible for the Indian Air Force to grow, to prosper, to expand, and to make new changes which were required and which proved to be very helpful for the Indian Air Force. So because of his tireless efforts, he took Indian Air Force to a very different level, and that is how the position of Indian Air Force ranks fourth in the world. Now here is the saying of the former Air Chief of Indian Air Force, Kapil Kak. He says that his contribution, means Arjan Singh's contribution to the Indian Air Force, is monumental. Monumental means it is of great importance. It is monumental to the least, means it is so important, or it is so enormous, it is so huge, it is so noteworthy. The IAF grew with him. He says, with his prosperity, under his guidance or under his leadership, and under his dedicated work, the Air Force also grew. He was the epitome, that is a perfect example of military leadership in classical sense, and it is therefore not surprising that he was honored with the rank of Air Force Marshal. So children, the former Vice Chief of the Indian Air Force, Kapil Kak, further says that he was an epitome, he was the perfect example of the military leadership in a classical sense, and therefore he says it was not at all surprising that he was honored with the rank of Air Force Marshal, that is the highest rank in the Indian Air Force. Singh was honored with the rank of Marshal on the Republic Day in 2002. Sam Hormuzji Farmji, Jamshedji Manekshaw, and K.M. Cariappa were the only two army generals honored with the rank of Field Marshal. Children, in the earlier part we have seen that he was the only officer in the Air Force who has been honored with the highest rank of Air Marshal. So he was honored with this rank of Marshal on the Republic Day in 2002. Now there were two others. These were from the Indian Army, and these two, like Sam Hormuzji Farmji, Jamshedji Manekshaw, and K.M. Cariappa, who were the army officers or army generals who received the equivalent rank, that is the highest rank. These army ranks is the highest in the Indian Army, and the rank which marshal rank of marshal is the highest rank in the Indian Air Force. Known as a man of few words, Singh was not only a fearless pilot but also had performed. Known as a man of few words, Singh was not only a fearless pilot but also had profound knowledge about air power and applied it in a wide spectrum of areas. Children, he was known as a man of few words, which means he spoke very less. Here we can get a topic for expansion of idea or any writing skill which can be included in any type of writing skill, which says a man of few words means he spoke less but he did a lot of work. So the quotation that we get from this is action speaks louder than words. So this, from here we can make out that this can be an example or this can be a topic for your creative writing or writing skills. Action speaks louder than words, which can be also given in the form of write a letter or write a report or in expansion of idea or or writing a story. So you can prepare on this topic as well, which can come in your board exams. So about Arjun Singh, Singh was not only a fearless pilot, but he had a profound knowledge of about air power. So he was a fearless and courageous pilot, which we have seen in the earlier part as well. But in spite of that, or rather other than that, he was not only a fearless pilot but also he had a profound knowledge. He had a wide or in deep knowledge about air power, and he also applied it in a wide spectrum of areas. Wherever he could apply it in to make the best possible use of his knowledge in the Indian Air Force. During his flying, he used to apply that. Singh had assiduously led the IAF during the 1965 war and denied success to Pakistani Air Force, though it was better equipped with American support. So this is about the time during 1965, wherein we have seen that there was a war between India and Pakistan. That time, because the Pakistanis had the support of the Americans, so they were better equipped, they were more equipped, their planes, their fighter planes were better than or more advanced than that what India had or Indian Air Force had. But still, only because of Arjun Singh's audaciously leading, that means working hard and showing careful attention to details, only because Arjun Singh worked hard and he minutely observed the very details, all the details of what could be best studied, best observed. So doing that, he led the Indian Air Force during 1965, and because of that, although the Pakistani Air Force was better equipped, although they had a better technology compared to India, still they denied success to Pakistanis. Means Pakistan could not win the war against India. His most outstanding contribution was during that war, said Kak. So Kapil Kak further continues praising, or you can say telling the qualities and the achievements of Arjun Singh, and he continues and says that that was his contribution in the India-Pakistan War of 1965. Marshal Arjun Singh's contribution in the war of 1965 between India and Pakistan, his contribution was very outstanding, very noticeable, very noteworthy. Commending his role in the war, Y.B. Chauhan, the then defense minister, had written, Air, Air Marshal Arjan Singh is a jewel of a person, quite efficient and firm, unexcitable but a very able leader. So we can say commending. Commending means officially praising. When Y.B. Chauhan, the then defense minister of India, he had officially praised Arjan Singh for his contribution, and he says in his praises, he says Air Marshal Arjan Singh was a jewel of a person. He is a jewel of a person. He is a very good person, quite efficient and firm. He was quite efficient and he was very firm on his decisions because his concepts were clear. He was very clear on what he was doing. So he was very firm, unexitable. Unexitable means he was not ready to move out. I mean, he was very unexcitable but a very able leader. He was a very able leader. He was the best leader possible. In 1944, the Marshal had led a squadron against the Japanese during the Arakan campaign, flying close air support missions during the crucial Imphal campaign, and later assisted the advance of the Allied forces to Yangon. So these are the few more noteworthy contributions of Air Marshal Arjan Singh. In 1944, he led a squadron against the Japanese during the Arakan campaign, flying close air support missions during the crucial Imphal campaign, and later he assisted the advance of the Allied forces to Yangon, formerly Rangoon. In recognition of his feat, he was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross, that is DFC, on the spot by the Supreme Allied Commander of Southeast Asia, the first Indian pilot to have received it. In recognition to his feat means in recognition to his work, in recognition to his contribution, dedication, and his fearless, courageous nature, he was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross, which is an honor. It was awarded to him on the spot by the Supreme Allied Commander of the Southeast Asia. The first Indian pilot, he was the first Indian pilot to have received it. Singh was selected for the Empire Pilot Training Course at Royal Air Force, that is RAF, Cranwell in 1938 when he was 19 years old. So Arjan Singh was selected for the Empire Pilot Training Course at Royal Air Force situated at Cranwell in 1938 when he was just 19 years old. He retired from service in 1969. Singh was born on April 15, 1919 in Lalpur. Now it is known as Faisalabad, which is a part of Pakistan, and completed his education at Montgomery, now Sahiwal, in Pakistan. His first assignment of being commissioned was to fly Westland Wapiti biplanes in the northwestern frontier province as a member of the No. 1 RIAF squadron. So he was born on April 15, 1919 in Lalpur, which is now known as Faisalabad, which comes in Pakistan, and he completed his education at Montgomery, which is now known as Sahiwal, which is also in Pakistan. His first assignment on becoming commissioned was to fly Westland Wapiti biplanes. So children, if you all know, these Air Force officers, when they are selected, the selection procedure is also very tough, where they have to attempt a written exam. When they clear the written exam, they have to go to a personal interview, they have to crack the personal interview, they have to crack the group discussion. So there are so many set of activities which contribute or which combine for the selection of the Indian Air Force officers. Post that, when they are selected in the Indian Air Force, for the Indian Air Force rather, then their training starts, and after the training they are commissioned. Commission means they are commissioned as officers. So when Arjun Singh had already was commissioned after finishing his training successfully, the first assignment was to fly the Western Wapiti biplanes. Biplanes is old type of aircraft having two pairs of wings, one above the other, and he got the opportunity to fly in the Northwestern Frontier Province as a member of the number 1 RIAF squadron. After a brief stint with the newly formed number 2 RIAF squadron, where the Marshal flew against the tribal forces, he later moved back to the number 1 squadron as a flying officer and to fly the Hawker Hurricane. He was promoted to the rank of squadron leader in 1944. Children, as you all are aware, that the officers or the employees in the Indian Air Force keep on are transferred. So we have seen in the beginning or earlier that after getting commissioned, he was posted in the number 1 RIAF squadron. Later on, after a brief stint, means after a short period of work, he was after number 1 RIAF, he was shifted to a newly formed number 2 RIAF, and after a very short period of work in the RIAF number 2, he was again shifted to number 1 squadron, and now he was transferred as a flying officer to fly the Hawker Hurricane. So we can see mostly these transfers are on promotions. If not on promotions, it definitely gives them a very great experiences, variety in experiences and variety in the capacity of the work they do. So he again came to the number 1 squadron as a flying officer to fly the Hawker Hurricane. He was promoted to the rank of squadron leader in 1944. So in 1944 he was promoted as a squadron leader. For his role in successfully leading the squadron in combat, he was awarded Distinguished Flying Cross, that is DFC, in 1944. So again, as we know, he was a very dedicated, fearless and courageous officer. So he has shown his capabilities, his hard work in throughout his career, and so we can see that for his role in successfully leading the squadron in combat, he was awarded Distinguished Flying Cross in 1944. So in 1944 we have seen that he got promoted as a squadron leader. Being a squadron leader, he again, because of his capabilities, he was awarded with the DFC, and on August 15, 1947, he achieved the unique honor of leading a fly past of over 100 IAF aircrafts over the Red Fort in Delhi. Children, as you all know, 15th August and 26th January are the days wherein there is a great celebration on the Red Fort in New Delhi, and being a part of that celebration is really a great honor. So in 1947, Arjun Singh achieved a unique honor. This was again a very unique honor for a unique officer. He was awarded, or he was honored of leading a fly past. Fly past is a ceremonial flight on the aircraft passing over a place. So if you all have seen ever on the television, during this ceremonies, or rather during this celebrations of 26th January and 15th August, there are there are few aircrafts who fly in a sequence. They show different acrobats, like there are say 5 planes. They take a loop. They turn around, then 2 planes go in one to the left, 2 planes go to the right, and the center plane continues to fly straight. So there are so many acrobats which are performed, and that fly past was led by Arjan Singh in 1947 on the 15th August. So he led over 100 IAF aircrafts over the Red Fort in Delhi. So he was leading the 100 more than 100 aircrafts which made a fly past, or which did a fly past over the Red Fort in Delhi. After his promotion to the rank of wing commander, he attended the Royal Staff College at the UK. Immediately after Indian independence, he commanded Ambala in the rank of group captain. In 1949, he was promoted to the rank of Air Commodore and took over as Air Force commanding of an operational command, which later came to be known as the Western Air Command. So children, we can see his graph was continuously ascending, was going up, and in a very short time he used to get a promotion. Now getting a promotion is an honor, and which is only because of the hard work, dedication, and the courageous and tireless efforts which we put in for our job. So from Arjan Singh we can learn that we should be really dedicated to the work whatever we do, and we should do it wholeheartedly. If we give the best to our job or whatever we do, even when we are studying, if we give the best to our studies, we will definitely get the best results. So here we can see, after his promotion to the rank of wing commander, he attended the Royal Staff College at UK, United Kingdom. Immediately after Indian independence, he commanded Ambala in the rank of group captain. So he got a promotion from wing commander to group captain, and in 1949 he was promoted to the rank of Air Commodore and took over as a Air Force commanding, that is AOC, of an operational command, which command later came to be known as the Western Air Command. So in this one paragraph we have seen that he first got promotion as a wing commander. Later he was promoted to the group captain, to the rank of group captain, and in 1949 he was again promoted to the rank of Air Commodore. Singh had the distinction of having the longest tenure of AOC of an operational base, initially from 1949 to 1952, and then again from 1957 to 1961. After his promotion to the rank of Air Vice Marshal, he was appointed as the AOC in C, that is Air Officer Commander in Air Officer Commanding in Chief of an operational command. Uh, he was Singh had the distinction of having, because of his capabilities, he had been on the AOC for the longest tenure, so on any of the operational base. So initially from 1949 to 1952, that is a span of 3 years, and then again from 57 to 61, so again 4 years. So he had in totality he had a span of 7 years wherein he had been a commander in AOC, that is the Air Force commanding officer, for 7 years on an operational command, which was the longest tenure done by any other Air Force officer. So he was appointed. So seeing his credibility, he was promoted to the rank of Air Vice Marshal, and then he was again promoted and appointed as the AOC in C, that is the Air Office Commanding in Chief of an operational command. Towards the end of the 1962 war, he was appointed as the Deputy Chief of the Air Staff and he became the Vice Chief of the Air Staff in 1963. So again we can see he had a promotion in 1962 and he was appointed as the Deputy Chief of the Air Staff, and within a span of 1 year again he was promoted in 1963 as a Vice Chief of the Air Staff. He was the overall commander of the Joint Air Training Exercise Shiksha held between IAF, RAF and RAAF. So we can see that he was the overall commander of the Joint Air Training Exercises known as Shiksha, and this was the joint training exercise of which three. Okay, so we can see that he was the commander of the three forces, sub forces, we can say, called as for their training exercises known as Shiksha, and IAF, that is Indian Air Force, RAF, that is the Royal Air Force, and the RAAF, that is the Royal Australian Air Force, were the part of the training exercise. On August 1, 1964, in the rank of Air Marshal, the Marshal of the Air Force, Arjan Singh, took over reins of Indian Air Force at a time when it was still rebuilding itself and was gearing up to meet new challenges. So children, on 1st August 1964, the in the rank of Air Marshal means he was already the Air Marshal. The Marshal of the Air Force, Arjan Singh, took over reins means took over control of the IAF, Indian Air Force, and it was that time when it was still rebuilding itself and was gearing up to meet new challenges. So when he took over as the Air Marshal in 1964, the Marshal of the Air Force, at that time the Indian Air Force was still rebuilding. Again there was some changes made in the Air Force and it was gearing up, it was getting ready to meet the new challenges, because under the guidance of Arjan Singh, Indian Air Force continuously kept on prospering, it continuously kept on increasing and improving. So even when he took over as 1964 as a Marshal of the Air Force, it was still rebuilding and it was still gearing up, getting ready for the new challenges. Singh was the first Air Chief to keep his flying currency till his CAS rank, having flown over 60 different types of aircrafts and from pre-World War II era biplanes to the more contemporary Gnats and Vampires. He has also flown in transport aircrafts like the Super Constellation. So children, basically we can see that basically the Air Force officers are even the pilots of the Air Force officers fly the fighter planes, not the commercial planes or the transport aircraft. So now the fighter planes are those planes which are used during the wars for bombing or retaliating on the attacks made by some other country. They are sometimes also used for the rescue operations and the you can say providing food and food, water or medicines to the areas wherein there is some natural calamity. Then there are transport aircrafts which are mainly used to transport materials or things from one place to another, and then there are commercial aircrafts wherein people are transported or people are transferred from one place to another. That is the aircrafts which the passengers generally used for going from one country to another or from one city to another. So we can see that he was the first air chief to keep his flying currency up. Flying currency means up-to-date skills and experience of flying aircraft. If we can see, he was continuously he kept on flying one after the other aircrafts whichever were the new aircrafts, or whichever whatever he had to fly, all those aircrafts he was successfully flying till his CAS rank. So by now he had flown 60 different types of aircrafts from the pre-World War II era biplanes to the more contemporary. So he had flown more than 60 aircrafts. He began with flying the aircrafts from the pre-World War II era, second before the Second World War, before that, and he had flown the biplanes to the contemporary of the, means biplanes were the very old type of airplanes or aircrafts, and to the more contemporary of present times, which can be of GNATs and vampires. He has also flown in transport aircraft like the Super Constellation. So these are the different types of aircrafts. Biplanes refers to the olden or very old type of aircrafts, whereas GNATs and vampires were the present time of aircraft. And also he has flown transport aircraft like the Super Constellation. So the name of the transport aircraft was Super Constellation. In 1965, when Pakistan launched its Operation Grand Slam with an armed thrust targeted at the vital town of Aknoor, Singh led IAF through the war with courage, determination, and professional skills. He inspired Indian Air Force to victory despite the constraints of present times imposed on the full-scale use of Air Force combat power. So in 1965, when Pakistan launched its Operation Grand Slam with an armed thrust target at the vital town of Aknoor. This was in 1965 when Pakistan launched its Operation Grand Slam, and they were armed, very armed, equipped very well, and they targeted at the vital town of Aknoor. Singh led the Indian Air Force through the war with courage, determination, and professional skills. He inspired the IAF to victory. He inspired his subordinates, his pilots, his officers to victory. He inspired them for victory, and despite the constraints, that despite the restrictions of present time imposed of full scale use of Indian force combat power. So he was restrained. He had some restrictions on the present times impose of full scale use of air force. So he was unable to use, or he had some restrictions on using the entire force, or you can say. So he, although he had restrictions on the full scale use of the Indian Air Force or Indian Air Force combat power, still, because of his inspiration, his courage, determination, and his professional skills, he could once again he could lead his team to victory against Pakistan in 1965. Singh was awarded Padma Vibhushan for his astute leadership of the Air Force during the war. Subsequently, in recognition of the Air Force's contribution during the war, the rank of the CAS, that is the Chief of the Air Staff, was upgraded, and Arjan Singh became the first Air Chief Marshal of the Indian Air Force. So, seeing his contribution, or seeing his determination, courage, and his professional skills, also his motivational skills, he was awarded the Padma Vibhushan of his astute, that is sharp and intelligent leadership, for his sharp and intelligent leadership of the Air Force during the war. So because of his sharp and intelligent leadership of the Air Force, under his leadership, he was awarded the Padma Vibhushan. Subsequently, in recognition of the Air Force contribution during the war, similarly, in recognition to the Air Force's contribution during the war, the contribution of Indian Air Force during the war, the rank of CAS, that is the Chief of Air Staff, was upgraded, and Arjan Singh became the first Air Chief Marshal of the Indian Air Force. Since the since a very good because of a very good leadership by Arjan Singh in Indian Air Force, the Indian Air Force could successfully contribute in the war against because of the able leadership of Arjan Singh of Indian Air Force. The Indian Air Force could come out with flying colors during the war, and because of this the rank of CAS, that is the Chief of Air Staff, was upgraded, and Arjan Singh became the first Air Chief Marshal of the Indian Air Force. He remained a flyer to the end of his tenure that in IAF, visiting forward bases and units and flying with the squadrons. He retired in August 1969, thereupon accepting ambassadorship to Switzerland. He was Lieutenant Governor of Delhi and from December 1989 to December 1990. Children, he so many times it so happens that because of some physical problems or because of the capabilities, so many officers are grounded in the sense they are given some ground duties and they are not allowed to fly the aircrafts. But it was not in the case of Arjan Singh. He remained a flyer to the end of his tenure, means to the extent he was working with the Indian Air Force up till his retirement. He kept on visiting forward bases, that is, a secure forward operating military position and units, and flying with the squadron. So he kept on flying. He remained as a fighter pilot throughout his career till his retirement. He retired in August 1969. Thereafter, he accepted the ambassadorship to Switzerland. So, accepting an ambassadorship or being offered as an ambassadorship is a real pride, which was it was an honor given by the Switzerland government. He was invited by the Switzerland government to come and stay in Switzerland, not as a resident but as an ambassador. So it was a great achievement in that. So he was a lieutenant governor of Delhi from December 1989 to 1990 as well. So later on, he also was a lieutenant government of Delhi from December 1989 to December 1990. Having been a source of inspiration to all the personnel of Air Armed Forces through the years, the government conferred the rank of Marshal of Air Force upon Arjan Singh in January 2002, making him the first and the only 5-star rank decorated officer with Indian Air Force. So, seeing his credentials, or you can say seeing his capabilities, his abilities, the government was forced to, or rather had no choice but seeing such a good person who was a source of inspiration to all the personnel of armed forces through the years. For so many years he was a inspiration for the people or for the officers of the armed forces. The government conferred him, conferred means honored him with the rank of Marshal of the Air Force in January 2002, making him the first and the only 5-star ranked officer with Indian Air Force. So that is how he was the first and the only. There was neither a Air Force Marshal in Indian Air Force before Arjan Singh, nor it was after him. So he was the first and the only 5-star rank officer with the Indian Air Force. So there we come to the end of this lesson, children. I hope we get to learn from this lesson that if we are dedicated, if we are really keen about whatever we are doing and we do it wholeheartedly, nothing can stop us from being really successful. Being an achiever is definitely an achievement, but it gives so much of pleasure to ourselves, which motivates not only ourselves but also motivates others, so that they also feel inspired and they also feel like doing something good in their own fields. So although this is an example of the Air Force Marshal in the field of Indian Air Force, but we definitely get the learnings from this, that whatever field we pursue or whatever work we pursue rather, that we can, if we do that wholeheartedly and with full dedication and with full tirelessly, if we strive for it, definitely sky is the limit and we can definitely reach new heights, and which will not only satisfy ourselves or make us happy but also will make the people associated with us very happy and proud of us. We can definitely set good examples for others and motivate and inspire others as well. So I hope you have understood this lesson very well, and this lesson has given you a lot of inspiration and motivation to work hard in your studies and give your 100% attention to your studies and come out with flying colors. Thank you, children. Thank you so much.